Today's newcomers are people of many religions, and so are the Canadians who are there to help them. Where once the faith groups tended to be only concerned with the new arrivals of their own faiths, today they work together and for everyone. In the process, they learn much about each other's faiths and how much they have in common.
We as Canadians can learn much from people coming from other countries. First of all, they bring with them an understanding of life and of culture and of community that is an enrichment to what we ourselves already know.
What it's done is, of course, destroy an idea of homogeneity as the prerequisite for holding a society together. There was a belief you had to have a homogeneous identity. Nobody accepts that. That isn't what holds a society together, and the societies who are homogeneous find other ways to divide anyway. So there's been a myth about a presupposition of what holds the polity together that I think has been destroyed. And in its place has become mutual respect, human rights, dignity of others.
I am going to become the first person with a refugee background as a president of the Canadian Council for Refugees. And I don't want to say that I feel proud about that, but also I feel proud of the Canadian people that give me that chance, because that implies that they are open for other colors to take over and other people talking with an accent. People talking not perfect English, people that just came to Canada.
Sometimes your former clients are your peers around tables, boardroom tables, people who have been here a few years in the Jewish community who were refugees from Bosnia are now effecting leadership roles. They become your peer, they are your colleague. So there is a lot of interplay, and we now form a new vision together.
Sure. Thank you very much, everybody.
I wonder if we could think about and talk about the reasons that brought us to become involved with Interfaith, whether they're personal reasons in terms of our own particular faith background or whatever else it was that brought us into this organization concerned with refugees and refugee and immigration matters.
First of all, my background is a Baha'i faith, and in our religion, the principle tells us that we all have to come together, like bring all humanity together.
I like to tear out those curtains of different faiths to peek through so that we know that all the people are beautiful.
Jewish people traditionally, I think, in Canada have tended to try to help each other, as have many other ethnic groups. And as Jewish people in the last couple of generations have become more comfortable and felt more safe in Canada, then there has been maybe a focus on working with and assisting people who are not Jewish.
One of the great advantages I've found in being a member of Interfaith is that you meet and get to know people as individuals, and very often this wipes away the stereotype that often is attached to that particular faith or race.
Respect is a two-way system. I respect others, so naturally I receive respect. And doing a good deeds, people are bound to give you back good deeds too. That's what I believe in that. This is why I involved with this interfaith.
The cry for help from a refugee or a group of refugees can come via a headline or a telephone call or a friend at church. For many, the decision to respond can bring about dramatic changes in how they see their own priorities and those of Canadian society in general.
I'd like to welcome the Grays back, Gabrielle and Delilah, especially since it's 21 months since we first met in May of '96. We've come a long way. I know how I was involved I was president when Father Cormier phoned me, and we had a special meeting. I remember that night. How did each one of you get involved into this situation?
We heard some of the details about your situation, what had happened with your refugee hearing, and from that moment I knew that I would be involved, that whatever way I could, that I would try to support you and see that something good came out of it.
In the past, I've been part of organizations like Amnesty International, where we have social justice concerns, and I knew about Guatemala and the dangerous situation there.
It was an opportunity for me in my small way to fight and battle against the racism that we have in the world around us.
The minute I heard that these two kids, as I call them, were going to be deported unless we help them here, was that how, as a mother, would I feel if my own children were in a strange country and had no place to live, hoping that somebody would help them out.
I just think that that's the way God works, you know. God wants to teach us just to see how people is, you know, to help others when they are in this kind of situation, or, you know, and the way the reaction of the people, you know, and I think that's the way that God tests all of us, you know, in this way.
For me, going to church is this, it's action, it's helping people, and I felt that it was a spiritual experience to share with them, sometimes on a very personal level also, about what they were going through.
Gabriel was so strong that it came as a surprise to the Canadian government that after 16 months they were still in the church, and then they felt they had to do something. And if we celebrate today the victory, well, thanks to their strength.
I just want to say to Delilah that I think her faith in God and in the people in this area to help her, I think, and her brother, is wonderful to see that today, and helps us to be better people. When something like this happens, it brings everybody together, and it shows that our faith is there and it's surviving.